I very rarely watch longer videos, but today we will make an exception. Today, I will break the rule. I investigated Minnesota's billion, that's a lot of money, $1 billion fraud scandal. Here we go.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Two groups of people.
Accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building. Potentially the largest fraud scandal
there he
in
is,
US
Mr.
history
Retard.
taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have...
So the GDP of Somalia, that's crazy. So we brought... Wow.
Worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as
The
they
whole
enabled
country.
billions of dollars to be given to
Bro, they make it
fraudulent
their own
businesses
country in here.
underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups.
This is what you're defending, by the way. If you're against what I'm saying, you are defending sending money to Somalia that go... The largest funder of the Al-Shabaab is the Minnesota taxpayer. I personally don't want my money to go towards funding Somalian terrorist groups. I don't want that. I think that's a waste of my money.
In Somalia, like the Al-Shabaab and others enrich themselves all of the U.S. taxpayers' expense.
I don't know what to say.
In this video, we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked.
All right, here we go.
How deep is this fraud here inside?
We've seen this part, but I'll just play through it for the video.
Than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, and sort of in the heart of all of this fraud.
And you have to keep in mind that the amount of fraud that they're talking about is the fraud that they've detected. Do you really think that they've detected all of the fraud? Come on.
And I would see these child care centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking.
Yeah.
And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children.
Wow.
They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation contributing.
Great. Wow.
But they never had a passenger. Never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation?
Well, it's a transportation company where they're transporting themselves to and from Walmart. Makes sense.
What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any...
So that's like almost like 80%. It's like high 70% of this are all Somalian-owned.
...rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
And by the way, this is happening in other parts of the country by other migrant groups too. I mean, this happens in Texas with illegal immigrants, probably from South America, right, or Mexico. To think that this is only happening in Minnesota with Somalia is just the most naive thing that you could possibly believe. This is happening everywhere. And the reason why it's being allowed to happen is because people are afraid of being called racist. That's the reason why. That's the only reason.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research, and then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years.
Elon's doing a good thing.
The data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state capitol.
All this
Wow.
paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address, and together they're licensed supposedly for 120 children.
Wow.
I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
How
These
convenient.
Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations, and even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it
There it is. This is what happens whenever you combine at its apex government apathy with pathological empathy. This is what you get right here.
millions
Absolute
of dollars
garbage.
for every one of them every year.
And who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's
Yeah.
state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare,
Yeah.
and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names
Adult daycare in other places is called HR, by the way. But, in Minnesota, they have a special name for it.
keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, and a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one
That's how it
building
is.
that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address. There's another building in St. Paul
14
that has
healthcare
22
companies.
Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
22 healthcare services in the same address. Wow. This is like when, remember when Mr. Krabs built the Krusty Krab 2 right next to the Krusty Krab? And they're like, why'd you do it? He goes, money. Imagine building 22 Krusty Krabs. Oh my God.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the
ridiculous.
checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened
Yep.
is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community.
This
to
is
talk
ridiculous.
about what's going on within the community. They vote as a
These
bloc.
are the people that we want to assimilate. We're trying to assimilate these people into the country. They should just be deported. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing?
And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's
Yep.
what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist
Yeah.
or an Islamophobe.
Exactly. That's what they're afraid of. That's the reason why they've decided to hand over all of their money and everything, is because they're afraid of being called a name. It's insane the amount of power it has.
They're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is
And I
our
apologize. We've seen the beginning of this. We saw this before, but it's going to get into the more content, right? I watched like 5 or 10 minutes of this. Now we're going to watch the whole thing.
our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud. And
They will.
They just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Wall's saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it?
Nothing.
You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is
Nothing.
the Minnesota law which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee
Has to
must
do something
report
about it?
that fraud.
Yeah.
It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walls is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else.
It's
ever in
enabled.
history.
That's what happens.
Anywhere.
We're going to go confront these people. We're gonna go to these daycare centers. We're gonna see what's actually happening.
Yep.
Okay, so we
Go
have
get
to
'em.
be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally
Americans, we're putting up with this. Isn't this amazing?
violent.
What is
now,
this?
with all of David's evidence,
crazy.
we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could
The boss
uncover in
music?
one
Yeah.
afternoon. Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually
Mako.
has another child care registered at the same address
Mm-hmm.
called Mini Child Care Center.
So there's two child cares that are at the exact same. Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially
Yeah.
if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months. None of them. In
Wow.
2020, one of them received 1.3 million. In 2021, they got 987,000. In 2022, they got 714,000.
So they're getting millions of dollars for this.
That's the last I have.
What a
for that
scam.
one. And then the other one, 1.604 million in fiscal
my
year
God.
2025. Fiscal year
Look
2024.
at it. Their income like doubled in 1 year. How many of you guys had your income double in 1 year, even though you did the same job? Apparently, that American dream is reserved only for Minnesota Somalians. And I'm sure other illegal aliens and other criminals that are in this country, too.
They got
Yeah.
about 800,000, and in fiscal
That's
year
just what's been
2023,
uncovered?
they got
Yep, that's right.
$904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually two
$5 million.
daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And there are no children. Every facility you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's
What
nobody
kind of a daycare blacks out the windows? Like, that's like a prison.
here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
Oh, wow. You can't even open the
the child
door.
care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're
Look
open.
at this. This is supposed to be for kids, bro. Like, if this is for kids, this is a horror movie. What the fuck is this?
7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside. Or...
Yeah, sure.
There's no play area for the kids.
Yeah.
So where are the kids?
They read.
Where's
They have to go
anybody?
read.
How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming
Yeah,
through.
they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is
Uh-oh.
this your daycare?
No, could you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here.
She
All right, let's
doesn't
go to the
know.
next
Wow.
location. And the fraud only gets more from
Wow, what a surprise.
here. Make sure you stay till the very end of this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota. And here in Minnesota, if you take a
I've
look
heard about
at the
this.
Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia. And
Is this what colonization feels like, guys? You know, like, I feel like, yeah, this shit sucks, man. Like, now I really get it. Like, yeah, it's annoying, bro. Like, goddamn. We being colonized. That's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. But what do you think they would do? Here's the thing, right? What do you think they would do if you made a flag that looked a little bit like the Confederate flag or the Nazi flag? You think they'd be saying that's a bit of a stretch? No, they'd be saying it's dog whistling. They'd be saying it's for sure, it's this. They're trying to signal to racists. Bro.
really quick,
Just
I wanna
be
tell you guys
honest.
the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip.
Think about it,
What
bro.
used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators. Right now, over 10 million creators and businesses have used Opus Clip to help them gain over 60 billion views. I've used Opus, and I've even had my friends use it, and it helped my one friend with nearly just 100 followers get a video up to 30,000 views.
Wow.
And it's super simple to use. All you do is you upload a video or copy a YouTube link, and Opus will do the rest, and it'll come out with tons of viral shorts for you then to choose from. And Opus just came out their new AI editor 3.0 that comes with smarter auto framing, better virality scoring.
See, if they want to make this app even better, they have to have a AI voice editor that comes in and adds extra context inside of clips that are incomplete.
And new captions.
gotta have
And
that.
I've said it before, but Opus is so simple that even my mom can use it.
And if I can use
Damn.
it, I know you can use it.
That is a big advertisement right there.
And right now, for you guys watching this video,
Wow.
Opus is going to hook you guys up with a sweet deal. You'll get 1 week free and 3 months at 50% off. All you have to do is go to the link in the description of this video or go to the pinned comment down below and use code Nick Shirley. 1 week free and 3 months at 50% off. And now let's get back into the video. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059.
Oh my God.
In fiscal year 2024,
It's called ABC Learning Center. Always be cheating. Look at that. They're viewers.
$1,059,078.
That's
In fiscal
amazing.
year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3
Wow.
years. Let's see if there's any children.
$8 million.
See if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center.
ABC Learning Center. There it is. And it's right next to a home healthcare. It's actually a fucking racket.
All the windows
Look
are
at
blacked
it. Yeah,
out.
they're all blacked out. How is it that, like, this is not normal that you have, like, a children's learning center and everything's blacked out like it's a fucking prison. They're scam maxing. Hey, ABC, man, always be cheating, right? Always be cheating daycare.
Let's
That's
see if anybody
ABCD.
is here.
Bro, look at this. This is like, what is this, Alex Jones' house? They got tinfoil over the windows? What the hell is this? They trying to stop the Jewish space lasers.
This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children.
Oh, God.
0 children. I've come by this place 100
Look at
times.
this.
I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Oh,
Hello?
wow.
Can we speak?
Wait, they're coming in through this little, like, what is this? Hello? Who is it? What is this? What do you want?
I would like to check a child in the daycare. Can I
Why?
speak to a manager?
Try later.
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare. And after a few questions, the lady went silent. Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Child Care.
We're in the middle
Sweet Angel Childcare.
of a strip mall here inside of this
Sweet
neighborhood.
Angel
In fiscal
Child.
year 2025, this
We
facility,
saw part of this one.
which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million
Wow.
in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door. I want to put my son Joey in daycare.
Another door where everything is blacked out. Like, I don't know how this isn't the biggest self-report that you could possibly have, that you're blacking out all of the windows. Really? It's so obvious.
Cuz I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
And also, no, this is a good point. The picture here is upside down. What is this kid, Spider-Man? How's he holding it from the upside down? Look at that. See, it's the same picture. It's just upside down. This is crazy. He's
I just want
autistic.
to put a child in
Oh.
daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74
Not even trying to
children.
hide it? Nope.
Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They
Huh?
got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
Uh-oh.
You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I
You don't know.
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No. Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
I guess those
I'm gonna my son. No! You're a liar.
these are the sweet angels, guys. We're listening to the sweet angels. This is nice.
I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like
how
to
could
know
you
if this
do?
is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
What?
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're
Uh-huh.
scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
No,
you-
no.
you said you're-
No. I just don't like you because
You
of your
said
skin
you're
color.
because of my color.
I'm not
I'm not
racist. I
saying
just don't
you-
like you because of that.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist.
Yeah.
So right now,
is my
they're all
tax
getting
money.
mad because he's showing the paperwork
They're all
of
getting
his
mad.
business being registered as a business. 74 children,
Yeah.
no children. We saw one child.
And you can see him in the background, bro.
Lady opened up the door.
We'll get another one, bro. That's a ninja. We got ourselves this guy's in here for Ninja Gaiden, bro. He's dressed up ready to rob a bank. But they're already robbing. Well, they are. It's the Bank of Minnesota.
But now
where did
they're
this
all
money
getting mad.
go? What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What
The
was
sweet
that?
angels.
There aren't any kids.
Wow.
I'm the kids.
Well, then why are you talking
That's
for
not
the
my
owner?
business.
Security?
That's not my
Maybe
business.
that's
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the
No.
74 kids? Did you
No.
lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children?
Uh-huh.
Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers.
Uh-huh.
Preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Sweet angels, huh? How about that, guys? Wow.
All right. I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city. And now
What?
we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center. Absolutely.
Wait, what? They're like, guys, they're on to us. Quick, hide it. Is this human trafficking? Well, no, because there's nobody there. It's
No
just fraud.
signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9
two.
million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received
Wow.
in 2 years. That
5.9
facility right
million.
there.
That's
And now we have a
crazy.
group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now. From this daycare center, we headed
Oh my
over to the
God.
infamous Quality Learning Center.
This is just, bro. This is like out of Breaking Bad. Really? Like, this is so fucking ridiculous. How is it even real? No windows, the Learning Center, yes.
Which actually spells quality.
Actually, it's
Learning
not out of Breaking Bad. It's out of Reno 9/11.
Center on the outside of their sign. That's how blatant this fraud is here at this.
It's a joke, bro.
So this is Quality Learning
Yeah.
Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up.
said
Uh-oh.
they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have
Yep.
ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up. We have ice.
And what do you think about this
Yep.
place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and getting $4 million over the
NPC Karens.
$4 million?
Two groups of people. The usual suspects. White women.
The last 2 years.
Go away.
What do you
That's
think about
it.
that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away.
Are you in favor of that?
Go away.
You know
You're
where-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you.
going
It's
illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently to
Karens
his
of
business
doom?
that his quality learning center, but can't even spell learning right
Yes.
on the door?
Don't open up.
Ugh.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
NPCs.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up. It's ice.
You do.
Can we make some kind of deal to deport the Karens too? No, I think that really the way you solve this, I said this the same part of that. I don't want to repeat myself, but the way you solve this is you hold the individual police officers accountable. You make the police officers quit the police force. You make the area unpoliced and uninhabitable. And then you allow these people to have to live with the terrorism that they're going to have to deal with. And then after they've been terrorized and brutalized by this population enough, then they'll be begging for you to come back and fix it. That's how you solve it. That's how you do it. Anarchy, absolutely. And that's how you fix the problem, because you can't just simply overrule them, right? You have to make them realize why they're wrong. And the best way for them to realize why they're wrong is to experience it themselves. That's the way you change it. That's what I would do. Never happening? Well, never say never.
That there's
But
supposed
that's
to be
what I would do.
99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare center.
99
Change their
children.
tune real quick. They will.
Paid $1.9 million this year in
Yes.
CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run
Harsh
away?
as fuck.
Where are the children?
It's actually not harsh. There's a lot of things that you could do that are a lot more harsh. The fact is that it's actually extremely empathetic and very understanding. Is that making people live, and also think about what you're saying, making people live with the consequences of their own decision is harsh? Well, maybe it's because they're making bad decisions.
This is state of Minnesota.
I don't know.
Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
Didn't we do
who
this
are you
yesterday?
with?
We did.
Nick
I'm not gonna
Shirley.
waste too much more time on
Nick
it.
Shirley on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back
Yep.
in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
This guy.
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child. You've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in there.
We're going to educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelt learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen
I don't
any
see
children
it.
here?
None. None at all.
No.
None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax
Oh,
money
how about that?
for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids?
Right?
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
Many
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years.
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
Yep.
Disgusting.
Damn,
I mean,
base.
what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's if they get caught for that's a federal offense.
He's still thinking that the law applies to them. No, the law doesn't apply to them. They don't have to follow the rules.
I studied law.
Yep.
Do you think Tim Waltz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? What the heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this.
See, do you think that the American population is ready and willing to put a sitting governor in jail? I don't think that they're ready for that. Even though that's what has to happen, I don't think they're ready for it yet. Now, we're getting there. We are getting there. But it's got a ways to go. Let's say that.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh my God. Well, where? Yeah, it's just. I've never seen nobody here at all
So how long have you been living here?
since 2017. 2018.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building.
No, not at all.
Never.
So this big daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years. and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours, we nearly approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud.
George Floyd's neighborhood. Oh my fucking God. This is so fucking pathetic, it's funny. Oh my God, wow. Thank you very much, Kirshi, for the raid. I appreciate it. Hello, guys. We're watching a video about Minnesota. It's a very interesting place. I'll certainly say that. And wow, and I love that they have the fists there with the Palestine flag. It's like they're virtue maxing, bro. Like you've got looks maxing, we had scam maxing, and now they're virtue maxing. Jesus Christ.
More of the fraud taking place.
Was George Floyd have to do with Palestine?
Future Leaders Early Learning Center.
Future Leaders
and it's
Early Learning
licensed
Center.
for 90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million.
1 year? Almost $4 million?
In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.6
Looks like a leftist spawn point.
$million, claiming they have 90 children.
I think that is.
Every day of the week, 5 days a week.
I mean,
So let's
these
find
people
out.
are making just about more money than NBA athletes.
Yep.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but
So they're like the LeBron of scamming the government. I like that.
we don't know where this money is going. Is it going to terrorism? Where is it going? But it's theft, it's fraud.
Yeah, it is.
And the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime of all this time I've spent on this.
Even if there are
I put
90
my
kids,
life
it's a lot
at
of money.
risk
No,
several
I don't know.
times, But I'm determined to see this through and to correct what is wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning
Future
Center,
Leaders.
this building received over $3 million.
Wow.
Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No.
No. Future Leaders, huh?
Why can't I check out
Who's
the
this young guy? Nick Shirley. Absolute, bona fide, 100% patriot. You love to see it. I'll link you guys a video right now. Usually I do it at the end of this, but this is a long video and we've been watching it for a while. Make sure to give him a sub and give the video a like. This guy's doing the Lord's work. Absolute patriot. There it is.
Here.
Manager's not here.
The manager's
Okay,
not
but
here.
If I can get paperwork or
Oh.
anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare. We'd
No.
really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
No, you haven't.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card actually.
Do they have a business card?
You talk to your manager.
Talk to your
Can
manager.
I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children.
Yeah.
Ah, how convenient.
Why are there no children?
Two of Mexico.
Oh.
Would my son little Joey have friends to play with here?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No friends for little Joey.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Jesus
so little Joey
Christ.
would not be accepted to that daycare.
How about that?
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota.
It's Tylenol.
Because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in
Minneapolis Autism Center.
the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Oh!
More than 5?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put.
Look at, dude, look, it's like a half door. They just sawed off the side of a door. Uh-oh, it's aggro, yep.
Himself in one of these centers here, because there's...
So why are you asking us about
the fraud?
like
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah.
This is not
But
a Joey
that's
spot.
But this is a... we can't let you guys in, so...
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Man.
So once again, little Joey, he
Wow.
can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no
That's
kids.
crazy.
Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
After being able
And
to
you didn't see or hear any kids either. Like, you go to a daycare, I bet there's kids running around screaming. So even if you didn't see any of them, you would have heard them. You didn't hear them. I wonder why.
provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner.
We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super Kids Daycare Center.
Super
Interestingly,
Kids.
This daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare.
Oh.
And it had received $2.45 million this fiscal year, 2025. They had to shut down because there were so many violations, and they...
So they just renamed it? Oh my God. This is insane. Do you really think multi-million fraud these Somalis did themselves without U.S. politics coming with the idea of keeping them as a front? Why are they putting you on the spot, these low-level mules? I think that it's something that's probably rotten at every level of operation. Like I think the government is allowing it by a mix of apathy and also identity politics. I think that there are probably high-level decision makers that are potentially Americans that are making money off of these people doing it. And I think that there are low-level people that are just initiating the scams on a daily basis that are clocking in the same as they would for any other job, except for this job is to scam the government. Like, I think it's the whole way down. It's not like there's one group doing it. I think they're all doing it.
Went and they just reopened under a new license, and they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC.
So they got shut down, then started another one.
Literally the next day.
Creative Minds Daycare, $2.45 million got sent to this daycare center.
Wow. Wow. That's it. Don't you want your kid going here? Sounds great, huh?
Have empty parking lot. We do have a bus here. This is different. We'll see if we see anybody.
I knocked on the door, absolutely nobody was inside, and once again, no children could be heard anywhere.
So David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside. Licensed for over 50 kids. No children anywhere.
What a surprise.
But yet, millions of dollars every single
All the windows blacked out again? Yeah.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble. They had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see?
In one day. They get shut down and they reopen under another name. That right there, that's just government incompetence.
3801 Portland. 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So that's fraud right there alone.
Wait, didn't even change the sign?
Millions and millions of dollars, and again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
You'd think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
Wait a minute. Did they not? Oh my God, you're right. So they said it's Super Kids Daycare because Creative Minds got shut down. So they're still using the old name. Bro, I didn't even realize that. They just left the old sign and everything's the same. They just did new paperwork. It's too expensive? Yeah.
Looking at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
They just write the check. Human Services,
Yeah.
they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same
Seems
address?
kind of bad.
On top of all of the child care centers, that's just only a small piece of the fraud. What other fraud are they committing here in Minnesota?
So another major piece of the fraud is
Yeah.
the home health care industry.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home health care companies
That's a
in
lot.
the same building.
Wow.
14 of the same healthcare companies in one building.
14 home health care companies with different names in the same building.
How bad has Tim Walz managed the budget
14. How many do you think you need in one building?
here inside of Minnesota?
It's impressive
So,
how bad this is.
The last
It really is.
biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium. How in the world can you
Not
burn
doing Mythic
through
Plus anymore? They're going for
$24 billion
raids?
in 2
True.
years? This is how right here.
This is the big ones.
This is a huge part of it.
And so would you say a lot of that is fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Absolutely.
A lot
I
of
would
it. You mean
say
all of it?
Better than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the
Jesus.
state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything.
Extremely
In fact,
vulnerable
the
to
FBI
fraud.
just did a raid a few days ago on a building similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering the exact same services.
Jesus Christ.
Right here you have a list of all of...
Again, it's like the Krusty Krab, man. The Krusty Krab again. Just building them right next to each other.
the healthcare companies. Loads of them right
Who
here.
greenlights sending them the money? Well, that's the problem is that, so the big issue that why this continues happening is that there are people that are in executive decision-making positions that allow this to happen. And what needs to happen is that the people that are in those executive decision-making positions need to be put in jail or need to be tried for, like, again, treason. Importer, thanks for the 10 subs. I appreciate it. Yes, exactly. Because they're complicit with sending money to a foreign terrorist company or organization, excuse me. So disgusting. And that's what needs to happen. And then you need to try the individual people that are like following the orders for some other sort of crime, whether it's gross misconduct, gross negligence. I don't really care what you charge them with. It doesn't really matter to me. But the end result needs to be that they go to jail for like, I don't know, I'd say minimum 10 years, right? Like minimum. Probably better to be like 20. But like, that's what I would say. And you have to do this. And in order to solve this problem, those are the actions that need to be taken. If you want to solve that problem, this is what you have to do. If you don't want to solve the problem, then you can continue complaining about it. But that's what you do. That's the only way to solve it. Yes. And pay back every American. Yeah, maybe. Arrest everyone involved, including Walls. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I do agree. Of course.
We want healthcare.
Yes.
Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here.
Where's the money
Why
go?
can't I get
Individual
healthcare
Somalis? I don't know. Do you think
Warning,
they'll
you
actually
are
put a stop
under
to
video
this?
surveillance, no
No, I don't think that they will. I think that the government right now is massively cucked, and they're not willing to. The problem with the Republicans and conservatives is that they are too afraid of the optics that liberals create. And so they still operate under and operate around the frame of reference and the framing that liberal leftist freaks like this that enable this create and have invented. So basically, whenever you operate inside of the frame of reference that your enemy has created for you, you are deciding how you will lose. It's designed in a way that you can't actually oppose them without them being able to make you look bad. So the only way that you can succeed in this is to simply not play the game or to just be a bull in a china shop. Enemy? Well, they absolutely are the enemy. I mean, they are absolutely an enemy. They're an enemy to the state. They're the enemy to their countrymen. And they're the enemy to anybody who cares about not having their money allocated to random foreigners that send it to terrorist organizations. Yeah, absolutely, they're the enemy. Of course. So it sounds like we've already lost. No, I don't think that you have. JD Vance is tweeting about this video 30 minutes ago. So what? Do you? I don't care about that. Do you know how many times Trump has said he was going to do something? Remember whenever he said he was going to put Hillary Clinton in jail? That never happened. You didn't even try to do that. Maybe he couldn't have locked her down on something, but you could have arrested her. You could have he could have absolutely made her life a living hell. Did he do any of that? No, he didn't. He's not willing to do it. He's not that guy. You need another guy. I don't think JD Vance is that guy either. JD Vance still exists and is willing to play games with their optics and their rhetoric. Now, I think that these people are steps in the right direction, but they are not the conclusion.
Trespassing, security, armed. This is the strangest.
This is the reason why I didn't. Yeah.
Place I've ever been to get healthcare.
Hey, the guy. That's what I think.
Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here.
Yep.
Healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7.
So there's one room that has 3 healthcare services in it. It's just totally fucking. It's so outrageously ridiculous. What do you even say about this? So who is the guy? I don't know. I don't think that we really have a definitive guy. I don't think we know yet. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think that there's really one person. Because, there's people that are there's people that have opinions that I agree with. But I'm talking about an actual person in office. I don't know.
C. Now we have another Helping Hands, Home Care LLC, another healthcare company.
Yeah.
Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options.
The best rates.
Who can we talk
here we
about
go.
getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No.
Wow.
All right.
What a surprise.
Any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers.
A $50 million, bro. Oh my God.
And they actually took down information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that, matching your description, we're in this building harassing the individuals who...
See, I said this before whenever we got to this part, whenever I was watching the highlights. You need to hold these individual police officers accountable legally for assisting in fraud and as accessories to these crimes. You have to hold the individual police officers accountable. Until you're willing to do that, you will not solve this problem.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare.
That's right.
Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building, so.
Okay.
Well, that's not what he said.
They know it's fraud. They know it's fraud. That won't work. It will.
And he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers that
Yes.
everything is fraudulent.
Okay.
So we're
He's here with
Another
some kind of
Karen.
propaganda.
Yep, another
No, we're
Karen.
just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna have, if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for...
Somebody says to disagree. The government needs to have better measures to prevent fraud. You're right. This problem has to be addressed from multiple directions. You have to look at the systemic government functionality and their systems and the way that their systems enable this fraud to happen in the first place. But you also have to go after the people that allow the system to continue. Like, really, with a big problem like this, you never can just solve it by doing one thing. You have to approach it from like 4 or 5 different perspectives. And then if you do that, you can effectively whittle it down to something that's manageable. Because you're always going to have a degree of fraud. But it's about like whether this degree of fraud is like 9 billion or 9 million, right? 9 million is reasonable given that it's an entire state. 9 billion is not.
Out here. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Yeah.
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers
Here we
operating
go.
from inside.
They're all next to each other with the signs on the on this strip mall here. Yep, there it is.
At the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care.
This is my problem. They're taking too much money.
But
Yeah, I know.
Can't even get in.
Oh, wow.
Another Reliance Recovery Center.
Reliance
Mercy
Recovery.
And Grace Care.
Mercy and
Right here
Grace.
you have Denden Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another
Eritrean? Oh, that's a place in Africa, I
Right
think.
Beginning Center.
But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry.
No comment.
No comments. Can I please?
Right here, you have Serenity.
Serenity. Okay, here we go.
These businesses are literally the same type of business, providing the same service in the same building. Another Convenience Home Healthcare, Aid Inc., and Child Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have
Cops are being paid off 1,000%?
essentially
No, they're not.
inside of the same building?
The cops are following orders, and the orders are being given to them by lawmakers and people that are running for office that do things that are in favor of these groups of people. The cops are not being individually paid off. The cop that you just saw in the video is not receiving a paycheck from these Somalian scam companies. They're simply following the orders that they're being given. But you have to hold them individually accountable because they are the executors of this. They are the executors of this unfairness. And you have to really look at who's doing it and then figure out and then hold those people that are doing it accountable. It's that simple. Like it doesn't, and again, it doesn't matter whether it's fair or not. This is what you should do. The cops are doing their job. No, they're not. Their job is to protect the American people and uphold the law. If their job is being co-opted by a bunch of, immigrants that, some of these people don't even speak English. They're unwilling to do this, and they're defrauding the company. This is it's like saying that the cops are doing their job whenever they're protecting a gang or a mob. Whenever they're getting attacked, it's like organized crime. Yeah, these police officers are extensions and tools, effectively, for this fraud to occur. That's it. Why can't someone file a class action lawsuit? Because nothing's really going to happen. Nazi soldiers are persecuted for following orders, so I do agree with you that cops need to be persecuted for following these orders as well. Absolutely. Absolutely, you do that. Of course. Their job is to respond to public complaints, not investigating and determining guilt and fraud. I don't care what your reasoning is. You're trying to make an argument about, technically this. I don't care about your technicality. The fact of the matter is that these are police officers that are protecting fraud in the country. They're protecting mass levels of fraud and millions of dollars of money being stolen, and everybody knows it. I don't care about, it says in the little book on page 73 that this is, I don't give a shit about this. Why would I care about your little tiny, if you read the fine print, it's actually okay. I don't give a shit. Why should anybody care about that when people are obviously getting scammed? Technicality, yeah, it's insane.
Door to door, right here, Queenly Home Health Care. It just does not make sense if you're trying to operate a business.
It's a bureaucratic
you'd want to have
care
less
in mind.
Competition. But here, they have all of their competition right next door.
We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud, okay? That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking you.
No, you
doing something wrong.
Don't ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay.
Who can I speak to?
Hmm?
Who can I speak to?
Oh, wow.
As soon as you confront about the fraud, they get angry.
How about that?
When these people have these home healthcare companies, you're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided.
So somebody asked, what would you do if you're the police instead? What would you have the police do instead if you were them? What would be your course of action? Genuinely curious. I would create a situation where the police would be afraid to defend these places because they would be worried about being persecuted. This would cause the police to leave and completely disband the police force. This would allow the companies and the people in the area to be effectively completely lawless and turn it into anarchy. That would make it completely chaotic, and these people would then become terrorized by the people that are in this community that they are somehow trying to enable, right? And so the goal is for that to happen and to make it as unpleasant and awful for them as possible, so that way they realize the mistake that they've made. That's the goal. It's accelerationism. It is. Yeah, this is the goal. Because, and again, that's not really feasible, no? Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Why not? Yeah, that's what I would do. Such a dumbass idea? It's not a dumbass idea at all. Yes, it's absolutely not. You have to hold people accountable for the decisions that they make. That's the problem. Yeah, what a terrible take. Why? Why is it a bad idea? The police officers need their jobs? Yeah, well, we need the money. Yeah, you have to hold people like this accountable, because the real problem, and see, you don't understand like where this problem is coming from. The problem is coming from a population of people that are completely insulated from the consequences of any of this happening. And it's so displaced that they think that they're doing a good thing by enabling all of this crime. And so the real thing that I'm saying is that if you want to enable all of this crime and you want to allow all of these people to blatantly break the law, then you shouldn't have the law to begin with. Why are we paying for police officers here? Why are we protecting you from your own bad decisions? That's the main issue. We disagree, give them what they want. They'll suffer with the rest of us because when it's blatantly going to fail, is failing, and people they were victimizing in the first place, well, they'll be victimizing themselves. Yeah, that's it. And so that won't work. It will only cause more suffering. Well, the suffering, you have to understand that like there's a goal to this, right? Is that the goal for it is for these people to either realize that they've made a mistake and that they are fucking morons, or for everybody else to see what they did wrong and realize this is what happens whenever you vote for this stuff. It's kind of like the idea of, oh, this is really hot, don't touch it. And then someone says, why not? Well, put your hand on it and you burn your hand. That's a good way of learning. It is. And so the cop situation has to be way more complicated than that. It's always complicated until you really think about a solution. Most solutions to things are not very elaborate and complicated. You just have to look at why something is happening and figure out why somebody's doing it, and then look at incentives for why they're doing it, and then figure out ways to remove those incentives. That's it. It doesn't matter whether this is a video game. It doesn't matter whether it's a religion. It doesn't matter whether it's politics. All that you have to do is it's a stop it at the source. Yeah, you have to stop, because the real problem is that you have to win over the hearts and the minds of the people. And the best way to do that is to make them realize the error of their ways. And the way that you do that is you create a situation where the decisions that they have made for their politics are affected by them directly. It's kind of like a good example of this is that, like I used it yesterday or the day before, when they sent all of the illegal aliens over to Martha's Vineyard and it shut down the entire area. And I think it really goes to show what it would be like if these people actually had to live with the consequences of their own empathy. Yeah, if you pull the police presence away from the area and let it turn into a war zone, do you honestly think that the fraud will just go away on its own? No, it won't, but it'll serve to an example to everybody else of what happens whenever you don't follow the law. That's the goal. And so, and I understand this is an extreme solution, but I also want you to think about why it's an extreme solution. It is an extreme solution because you are telling people that they have to live with the consequences of their own actions. And then think to yourself about all of the other people that have to live with the consequences of those other people's actions. That's the problem. That's the issue. I mean, extreme solutions. Yeah, I think it would work. Personally, I think it would definitely work. And that's not really a solution. It just stops it from spreading, but it doesn't resolve it. You have to deport the Somalians. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, of course you're going to do that. I mean, obviously, all of those other solutions should be applied too. But the point that I'm making is that you have to solve the problem by changing their mind. That's what you have to do. You shouldn't be looking at, oh, well, this is some other bullshit. You should be looking at, how can we change people's minds, and how can we set an example for everybody else? In the same way that the Martha's Vineyard thing happened. That's my goal. Because at the end of the day, there will be more elections. Do you want to have these same displaced Karens voting in the future elections? No, you don't. So you want to create a situation where they realize what a mistake it was for them to do that. I understand your point, but this will result in violence, and violence does not resolve violence? Of course it does. What do you mean? Absolutely it does. What do you think the police are there for?
They're having forms signed in advance.
And if they didn't want it, maybe they shouldn't have voted for it. It's their decision. I'm not making the decision. It's what they wanted.
Services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So they're essentially just using people saying that they had these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
This is actually very similar to another fraud scheme that happens here in Texas, where people go and they find children of illegal aliens, and they claim the children of the illegal aliens on their tax forms in order to get child tax credits. This is just another permutation of that that's happening in Minnesota.
And the Somali community is a very closed community, so everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And for this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million for how much fraud is taking place. That is a very low estimate. However, still a lot of money in fraud.
And do you think there is fraud taking place here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never ask.
And now with upwards of $100 million in fraud, we
$100 million. Wow, that's a lot of money.
One more daycare.
Yeah.
And this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end.
Oh.
And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent government leaders who have enabled this fraud to happen.
And I knew this video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing legit fraud happening. I did get security for this video.
Uh-oh.
And I was able to do it through the Blackline Guardian.
Yeah, I bet.
And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below. They're not paying me to say any of this. They came and decided to help me out for this video. So you can go to Blackline Guardian, the link's down below, and click Guardian for Nick, and those funds will directly go to my security and future videos.
Based.
As we are
absolutely based.
Lots of things happening, and especially with this fraud. Like I said, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So go down to the link down below, click Guardian for Nick, and let's keep going. And now we're going to the next
location. A literal
location.
stroll in the city revealed more about fraud than any of these major news organizations. And the reason why all of these news organizations don't do this kind of journalism is because the news organizations are controlled opposition. They're controlled opposition because the true winners and the true beneficiaries of mass migration and having a mass group of people that are totally uneducated and basically effectively like serfs, like they have no skills, no education, no anything. These are the billionaires and the business owners that exploit them. Those are the primary beneficiaries of mass migration. People that have, net worths in the, 10 and 11 figures of money. That's the actual people that are making real money on this. Yeah, servant wages, yeah. And so, and guess who owns all these media companies? Well, all of these billionaires and all of these super rich people. So they create basically how it's like in India, like a lot of these, countries, they'll do like a reenactment of a war. They'll do a reenactment of pretend fighting between each other, but they will never actually address the root of the issue. And the reason why is because they don't actually want to. They're a controlled opposition to keep you fighting and arguing about, being trans or something like this, while they're being the beneficiaries of billions of dollars. That's what's happening. And that's the reason why any of these media companies don't do anything about it. It's because they're not supposed to.
This child daycare center, this one's different than all the other ones we've been to. Tell us about this one.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but 3 child care centers and is licensed to hold 102 children, and in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
And this is the building right here. So this building alone made $2.6 million. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 child care centers.
We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the
Sorry, visitors, sorry, no entry if face mask. Oh boy.
Was supposedly at.
So right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, $2.66 million.
How are they making money from the uneducated? Because they utilize their labor and they take advantage of them. They have them as cheap, basically indentured servants, and then they have them work for slave wages, basically not slave wages, but like basically very, very low wages, and they have them do these menial jobs while maintaining a level of control over them that they wouldn't be able to do with an educated and informed population.
Hi.
That's the way it works.
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
That's slavery? It's not slavery.
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Oh, here we go.
Minnesota child care.
Which child care one? Yeah, you've got so many of them. Yeah, and what's hard to watch makes me so mad. I know. It's very ridiculous, isn't it? It's crazy. Indentured service. Yeah, I don't like using the word slavery because I think that slavery, like, you have to remember, like, slavery was so horrible and it was so evil. It's a crime against humanity, right? They used to pull out black people's teeth and give them to white people. Like, that's how bad it was. And that's just one example. There's a million others, right? And so I don't think you should really use the term slavery. That's why I try to usually correct myself or prevent myself from using it, because I think that it's just so serious and so bad that even something like this is very problematic and bad, but it pales in comparison to what we used to do, right?
Here, it's from the state of Minnesota's website.
You shouldn't downplay that.
We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding.
Well, yeah, like in America.
$2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
Uh-oh.
Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
It's harassment.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children?
Oh my God.
No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here.
Wow.
No children inside of this daycare
What a
center.
surprise.
But between those buildings, over $2.6 million.
Asking questions is harassment?
Where are the children at? Do you know where the children are at?
I like how they cover their face every single time.
Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't care.
Yep.
How come these child care centers have no children?
I don't know. No.
There's $2.6 million inside these businesses. That
These
were given by
daycare
the
centers
government,
are
but there's
their
no
homes?
children to be seen anywhere.
I don't know if they are or not.
People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening. And that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota.
Well, it's fraud, period.
There's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue.
Yeah.
This is just fraud at
I
unprecedented
mean, Tim
level.
Walz is white, and he's in on it.
Here inside
There you go.
It's actually very concerning. Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen. Millions of dollars are being sent into these daycare centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere. Here's another daycare center inside this same building.
Oh, wow.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
Sir,
Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yes, we have
This
a question.
is in America, by the way.
So where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
Ask the local government, yeah.
That's the problem.
We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you first?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me. Period.
Can we talk
You
outside?
don't have permission to record.
She doesn't either have.
You
She
do
doesn't
not
have permission to
no,
record me.
you
I can
cannot
see
stop
that.
people on the street and question them.
We can ask.
You don't
where-
have any permission.
Where
I'll
are the
sue
children?
You. I will sue you. You don't have any
will
permission.
sue you.
We have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Are there,
So leave. Please leave.
are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You
And they're
ask
recording again.
Whoever you think is doing that.
The guy's
you don't know
retarded?
what you're talking
Yeah, they
about.
are.
So leave. Leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's
We
happening.
are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
Yes.
you are.
Common people
We're not accusing
walking?
you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not
I'm not
accusing
gonna
you.
ask-
We're asking the daycare centers.
I am not going to answer. You have.
Uh-huh.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know where are the children.
Who you work for?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who you work
Jesus.
I work for myself, Nick Shirley.
Jesus,
What
look
are
at
you
this.
recording?
We're wondering where are the children? $2.66 million for
You're not talking to
the
the
Minnesota
right person.
Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer
You're
the
not
question.
talking
Are
to
there
the right
children?
person. Leave.
There's no children inside
They
the
don't
building.
even answer it. Yep, there it is.
I don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are
Yeah.
the children at? David, they won't even answer. We asked him, plain and simple, where are the children?
Yeah.
Do children come here?
This is
wonder
why
why.
I've had my life. I've been attacked twice. Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by 3
Jesus.
Somali men simply for asking questions about what was going on.
That's nuts.
And they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
I wonder
After
why.
giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the simple question, where are the children? He called the cops on us and we headed to the state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government
here we
who
go.
enabled and let this fraud happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting and connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke
that
about how
fucking
none of this is
retard?
building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue. So I confronted her after that.
Yes, but I'm.
He has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who you
crosses?
are.
My name's Nick Shirley. Do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat, or just facts that fraud is happening?
I think the fact that
Because
you talk about it as a partisan issue.
well, because that's what I heard you
shows
talking
me-
about. That
I know what I said is that
because
what we're
It's
talking-
absolutely a partisan issue, and Democrats champion this fraud because it's being done by minorities, so they have to agree with it because of their intersectionality mental politics. This is this type of fraud, like Republicans and Democrats are involved with a lot of fraud. It's not like Democrats have a monopoly on this fraud, but Democrats do have a monopoly on like primarily minority and immigrant fraud that they irrationally defend because it's being done by minorities or immigrants. That's the difference. That is something that pretty much uniquely Democrats do.
we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud. So why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No,
Yes.
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to
When are you
happen.
going to hold Governor Walz accountable for this?
Okay, sir.
No. This
Sir,
is not.
sir.
When are you going to hold Governor Walz? No. She is a representative for the state of Minnesota. Yes or no?
True.
Excuse me.
Yes. Are you?
If you're gonna talk to me like
Are you
that,
the state? I'm a disability advocate.
I heard you, and
get
you got a chance
overstimulated.
to testify.
But, ma'am, the facts are the facts that fraud is happening here. And it's not a nonpartisan issue. How come you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath?
I think
the
if you've
government
been
here?
listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this.
See, this is what the government bureaucratic Karen does. Is it wraps itself in infinite nesting dolls and layers of obfuscation, red tape, bureaucracy, and some other form of accountability displacement to never actually take action, to never do anything, to never respond, to never solve any problem. This is all they do is have hearings and have conversations and discuss things and circle back with each other. This is what they do. This is exactly what they do.
So there's really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who both Democrat and Republicans. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
This fraud has happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
It has.
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration.
What are you talking about? I thought you were in Minnesota. What the fuck does Trump have to do with this? Oh, it happens. There's fraud everywhere.
We have is fraud. Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid.
Oh, right. It's Donald Trump's fault that you have a bunch of Somalian fake businesses in your community. Yeah, see, this is it. She's out of breath. I think that there's a good argument that we could make to just not let fat people run for office. If you can't even regulate your own body, how the fuck can you regulate the country? Now, I'm not saying that we could do that, but I'm saying that there's an argument for doing that.
Fraud is a 50-state issue. And so, again, it is not a partisan issue.
Yeah, it's not a swamp hag, it's a swamp hog. You're right.
Sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that.
Thank you for coming today.
Okay.
Crazy.
Well,
great. The three little piglets sitting there trying to hide the fraud. Jesus Christ.
You saw what happened there?
The state of Minnesota that we live in, and these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have.
That's what I said.
Democrats blaming ICE.
Yeah.
I'm tired. My people are suffering.
Bro.
I'm scared for my little brother.
This.
My people are suffering, and these people just walk off.
It's so raw.
We have a governor who.
This guy's epic. Yes.
How many more people are gonna freaking die?
Yeah.
How many more people are gonna go homeless?
Yeah.
And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
What a fucking legend. Oh my God. Politician fraudsters liable. Yep, everybody's working. Guys, hey, remember to pay your taxes so Somalians can live the American dream. This video was insane. I'm gonna be honest, this was a insane, ridiculous video. It was a lot better than I had expected it to be. This is video by Nick Shirley. He just passed 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, a lot of people have discussed this and talked about it. I want to link you guys the video, and please make sure to give him a sub, give the video a like, help promote this video as much as possible. I think that as many people as possible need to see this. This is a massive, massive thing that needs to be more discussed, more talked about, and I think more people need to know about this. So, yeah, 71,000 likes so far. Yeah, and hopefully it will be more than that. Tim Walz doesn't care about black people. I mean, unless he can look good for it, I think that's probably true. So yeah, and it's most likely the state washing money thrown them. I don't know about that. Will you pull up my last message on the way that you'd solve this, please? What is this here? What's your message? This is it. You've been too insistent about this. You're annoying. I'm gonna permaban you. Actually, I didn't permaban him. I just timed him out. You're too insistent. I already didn't see your message. Why are you continuing to ask the same thing over and over? Like, if I didn't see it the first 10 times, maybe you should stop. So anyway, yeah, it's just weird. Like, just stop. I probably read it whenever I saw it, and I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to read this. Or I already talked about it or some other reason. Like, it's such an easy concept not to spam or insistently ask the same question over and over and over. Like, I don't know why so many people don't get that. But it's not like your question is special. If you thought your question was special, imagine how many other people think theirs is too. It's unsustainable. So, yeah. And anyway, yeah, I don't know how anybody puts up with this. It is insane. How do you think that? How do you think they can stop the money waste? Here's how you stop the money waste. You stop the money waste by holding individual lawmakers personally accountable, and then you put them in jail and charge them for treason, sedition, and gross misconduct and gross negligence. That's the way that you solve the problem. If you do that, these people will stop doing it because they'll be terrified. And you want to scare the shit out of them. You want to make a situation where they are so terrified and so scared of making a decision like this that they never even consider it. That's how you do it. And if you want to solve it, that's how you solve it. Now, if you want to feel good, now maybe you just go and talk about how bad it is and you say that it's unfair and all that and you tweet about it. But and for me, I am waiting for a person that I can vote for that will execute this strategy. Right now, that person doesn't exist. One day they will. That will be a good day for me.